ね、ハンドル回すと、それに合わせて筐体もこう動くっていうのがね、あって、すごい斬新なやつだったんですけど、あまりにも動くっていうんで、緊急のシートを停止させるボタンがついてるぐらいにすごかったですね。あれはまた遊びたいなと思うんですけど。さあ、準備の方ができた感じですね。はい、今もテストプレイの方で、あ、これはテストプレイかな。基本的にはこう横スクロール型ので、画面の上の方に糸を飛ばすことによってブランコの要領でですね、高速移動ができる。今回の RTA ではおそらくこの移動がすごい大活躍するんじゃないですかね。実にデモ画面のようですね。
Also, Twitch chat, I hope you have your headphones ready because this game's pretty infamous for having some interesting music. I can't skip the opening title sequence here. Okay, all right. In 3, 2, 1, go.
始まりました。Good luck.
So there's a pretty tricky jump here that I've already messed up, but it's okay. Only waste a couple of seconds. So this level's all about keeping my height down. Here I want to swing a little bit lower to avoid the debris. And then I want to start swinging a little bit higher to avoid
一番最初の
buildings and enemies I'm going
ステー
to
ジは
miss.
このように高速移動をして、
Start
いかに
swinging a
早く
little
ボ
bit
スの
lower
ところ
here
まで
again
た
to
どり着
avoid
く
the
かという
debris.
か
And then
で
we
す
got a
ね。
little surprise here coming up for you. It's none other than Daredevil in a cage. For some inexplicable reason, you can actually use him as a
これは何
summon,
かを
sort
助
of
け
like
た
a
んでしょう
Final
か。
Fantasy
私も
summon, as you're going to see me use
詳
during
細という
the
か
boss
ストーリ
fights
ー
in
の
this
ところ
game.
までは、
So here I'm
な
going
か
to
な
be
か調
really
べきれてない
mindful
の
of
で
where
わ
I'm
からないこ
swinging.
とが
I
あるんです
can't
が、
hit my web swing too close to the top of the screen because there's a couple of frames where if
そ
I
う
do
非常に
that
ス
at
パ
the
イ
top
ダー
of
マ
the
ン、
screen, it'll
スパ
actually
イダー
freeze
マン
my
してる。
input and send me flying to the bottom
デ
of
ア
the
デビ
level.
ル。
This game has a
そうで
lot
地
of
面
bad
に
programming in it,
降りる
and
場面
you're
は
probably going to
あまりないんじゃない
that
かなと。
especially during combat. Got to make sure I'm getting higher here because there's a building coming up I have to avoid.
はい、画面左下の方にですね、ウェブとヘルスって書いてあって、赤いゲージが HP ゲージ、青いゲージが、ボスシーンになっちゃったね。この糸を当てることで一瞬相手を拘束することができるというのも、攻略の上では、というか、いつの間にかボスが倒れてたそうです。いつ倒したのかわからなかったですね。スパイダーマンの特殊能力にですね、どこにでも吸着することができるというのがあって、今回もそれが、これは悪いことしたんですかね。多分、壁を見てたんじゃないかなと。このステージ、最初上の方に進んだんですけど、これは絶対悪いことをやってそうですね。まあ多分 RTA 的には抜けられない壁は少ししかないんじゃないですかね。
AQ, FAQ, and MBoss Man who did tasks for this game several years ago. AQ, FAQ actually found out that you could
ちょっとずつその青いウェブのゲージが減っていくんですけれども、道中にある青いアイテムを取るとこのゲージがまた回復しますので、必要なものだけ回収して、またやりそうな雰囲気。やりそうです。やりましたね。いやー、スパイダーマンは壁も抜けられるということが。おそらくこのステージのボスなんですが、ちょっとだけ飛んで蹴ってるこのジャンプキックがですね、ダメージが大きいそうで、敵を倒すときにはこのジャンプキックをどんどん当てていくという。さあ、相変わらずあまり地面に関わらず空をサクサクと飛んでいきます。
Love GDQ and all it stands for. We have a $150 donation from Kopital.
そうですね、隙間のある柱っていうのは、まあ、頑張ればね、もしかしたら我々でも続けられるんじゃないかと思ってしまいます。
Coming up here on the next level, there's going to be a clip here that is pretty precise, and it's going to allow me to skip through the entire level.
悪いことをしましたね。これは多分一回左に出て天井の上を走ってるのかな、飛んでるのかな、ここまでは分からないんですけど、おそらく、はい、見えないところですね。まあでもどこにでも吸着できるスパイダーマンですから、当然、画面の上にも吸着できるんでしょうと。物騒なものも飛び交ってるんでしょうけど、走ってる。そうですね。糸ゲージ入れてないので走ってるそうです。これどこまで行くのかな。
Hey Pete, congrats on making it to GDQ. I've been watching your videos since your YouTube days, and I just wanted to congratulate you on your Twitch success. Good luck with Spider-Man today and Club Drive tomorrow. You got this.
Thank you.
それにね、無用な暴力を振るわないっていうのはいいことだと思うんで、なんかどっかで言ったような気がするんですけど、とても平和的なスパイダーマンということ。
Got time for one more quick one.
All right, we have a $250 donation from The Muffin, who just writes simply, Pepsi Man.
So we're coming up on the end of this level here. I have to make sure that I clip back into the end of the level at the end here, otherwise I can fall off the edge and, well, once again. どこまで進むのかな、これは。スクロールが止まった。多分ボスシーンですね。アイテムきっちり回収して、この、なんかもうボス、倒されてたんですけど、テルミットっていうボスだったらしいんですが、まあ、ね、スパイダーマンにあったが最後ですね。ここのステージも、 That minimizes the amount of hits I have to do on the next boss. Each daredevil will count as 3 hits.
こんだけ移動が早ければ、通勤とかも楽そうなんですけどね。こちらがボスの、ブリッツというボスなんですが、まあどう見ても、蹴られ続け。また悪いことしましたね。これ画面の方、ギリギリ見ますとですね、ちょっと赤い部分が見えると思うんですけど、これがスパイダーマンの手足と思われます。やっぱりどこにでも吸着できるそうですね。
The second to last boss, which is in that room. You never see her. And then from here on out, I just have to make sure I do some really precise web swinging to make sure that I'm not going to get caught out by walls such as that corner or these mines. It's a very tough level.
一体どこに糸をつけてるのかわかんないぐらいの。こんだけヌルヌル動くっていうのはキャラゲーとしてはすごいですね。やっぱりメガドライブオーパーツなんでしょうか。
But if you haven't guessed yet, we're actually not even going to see the final boss because I figured out that if you don't go too far to the right, you come to the bottom right corner here. You can clip through this wall and just bypass the entire final boss. So you can do one more or two more quick donations here because we're coming up on the end pretty soon.
All right, we have a $10 donation from Noitanis. Being a medical engineering student and supporting MSF for a measly $5 a month, I can't donate much, but still couldn't resist donating. Unfortunately, I'm in a bad time zone and missed the Metroid block, but I will instead have this donation go toward the Super Monkey Ball 2 incentive. Keep up the good fight for medical care everywhere.
なんか 空中嫌いみたいなのがなかなか邪魔してきますね。
As you can see, these mines can really ruin your run. And get ready on time. Time. And that's,
もう終わった
that's a
そう
new
で
world
す。
record, by the way, by
え、
4 seconds.
できて。いや、全然
Thank
つ
you,
いていけなか
everybody.
ったですね。
I hope to see you back during Silly Block. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks for allowing me, GDQ, to come here and stream or
多
play
分
the 30
こ
tracks for
ち
you.
らがエンディングの敵紹介かなんかね。はい、スパイダーマンウェブオブファイヤーの方、こちらで13分で実はね、8分台で終わってしまって、あまりにも早すぎてついていけなかった部分もあると思いますが。
Thank you, Pete, for that fantastic
まあ
run.
でも
If
仕
you
方ないですね。
enjoyed
モ
this
ン
run,
ティーボルナ
Pete
と
will
だ
be
ったら
running
スピーディー
club
な感じ
runs
ですね。
early Thursday morning, so be sure to check that out.
はい、次の方がですね、またスパイダーマン系の、ゲームで、スパイダーマン&ベノムス、マキシマムカーネージというタイプですね。こちら、日本語版もあるそうなんですが、すごい高額なレア商品になってますね。で、今回走られるのは、北米版の SFC なんで、スーパーファミコンですね。スーパーファミコンで出たバージョンになります。日本ではスーパーファミコン版は出てないそうなので、日本で出てるのはメガドライブ版だったかと思うんですが、そちらがすごい、ワールドレコード出てたんで、こんな場面で出るなんですが、一人。いやでも、自分の記録を自分で塗り替えた。さすがです。ただいままた準備時間になっておりますので、今しばらくお待ちください。
Welcome back to Summer Games Done Quick, sponsoring Doctors Without Borders. Doctors Without Borders, or MSF, is a medical humanitarian organization working in more than 60 countries around the world. MSF is a private international association. MSF provides assistance to populations in distress, to victims of natural or man-made disasters, and to victims of armed conflict. They do so irrespective of race, religion, creed, or political convictions. Find out more at doctorswithoutborders.org. We have a $100 donation from Nanova. Global health and wellness in the face of conflict, disaster, and poverty. What an amazing cause. Always wanted to donate, and seeing how my research stipend was fortunate enough to come through today, I thought I would make up for lost time. Let's see as many runs as possible. Pepsi Man. And it looks like we're ready to kick it over to an interview with Proto Magical Girl and L Rock, so take it away.
What's up, Summer Games Done Quick 2018. My name's Proto Magical Girl, and I am here with the one and only L Rock 617, who is going to be running Batman Returns coming up after Spider-Man and Venom's Maximum Carnage. The people love you. Clearly.
I thought it was just a Spider-Man thing, but hey, that's cool.
The people like their superhero games. How are you doing, L Rock?
I am fantastic. It's a wonderful Wednesday. How are you doing?
I am great. I get to talk to you.
I get to talk to you, though. That's better.
Everyone's happy. So the first thing I want to get into, L Rock, is how L Rock ran X-Men Mutant Apocalypse at Summer Games Done Quick 2017. I remember it. It was great. I was on the couch. We had a ton of fun. So I'm curious, firstly, how you feel 1 year later returning for another beat-em-up on the GDQ stage.
Feels amazing. These are the games that I've played forever, and now I get to showcase what's great about them. What's best about them, I should say.
Very, very nice.
Awesome.
Very, very nice. So I'm curious then about your history.
本家の方ではインタビューが始まってるそうですね。知らない方は
bringing these beat 'em ups to GDQ?
Well, I've only been speedrunning a little under 2 years now, and the games I started learning first were, as I mentioned, the games I grew up with. And growing up, I was a bit of a franchise baby. Like, I was really into comic books from a very, very early age. We're talking like 8, 9 years old.
T シャツもバットマンですね、これは。
Even upcoming with a game like Maximum Carnage, another game I'm a very dear fan of. A game like
知ら
Batman
なかったらバットマン
Returns.
の
When I
そう
started
した。
speedrunning, I wanted to pick up a game that no one had really messed with yet, and I discovered this one, and there was just, even watching the top times from that period, there was just so much unexplored about that game, and I researched it plenty. Old SDA forums, everything, and from everything I'd found, I'm like, we can put this together. And within weeks, I was setting like offline world records because it wasn't streaming yet. I just had this little RCA CRT with my SNES attached to it, and I'm like, yeah, we're doing this. So it's been 2 years. The game doesn't really have a lot of explored territory and speedruns outside of myself, but I'm infinitely grateful I get to show it this week. It's easily my favorite speedrun I've ever done.
Very, very nice. That's such a heartfelt explanation. Here's the question. So if you were to, I guess, kind of in the theme of superheroes, invent a time machine, go back and get your 8 or 9-year-old comic fan self and bring him here today, how do you think he'd react to you sitting on the biggest stage in speedrunning, raising hundreds of thousands of dollars for charity by playing a superhero beat 'em up game?
His first reaction would be, wait, you can block cancel? Second reaction would be like, wow, there's a lot of people here. And you brought them all here. So I don't know. I think he'd be a little bit more awestruck about like these flowers, this Mega Man perler. Because what's a perler when I'm like, it's like the 90s, you know? Like, he'd probably be a little bit more about like modern times. But as far as these games getting showcased, all the better. Like, these are the kind of games that people love to see. Because who doesn't love superheroes, as you pointed out?
I mean, honestly, yeah, superheroes are great. So the next thing I want to talk about is, I guess, both superhero and beat 'em up games. You've already told us a little bit about what draws you so strongly to superhero games. I'm curious
インタビューの
if,
途中で、
like, what draws you to beat 'em up games as well? Because it seems like that's what you primarily run.
SGDQ の方の
Superhero games and beat 'em up games kind of go hand in hand if the
説明
genre
をで
that
すね、
really
少し
works.
し
But
て
is
お
there
いた
something
方
in
がいい
particular
と
that
思い
brings
ま
you
す
to
ので、
beat 'em ups over
今
maybe
回の
some
放
more
送中何度も
traditional
何度も
superhero platformers or
普通
other
の方もいる
genres?
かと思いますが、こちら、SGDQ サマーゲームズダウンビーこちらはですね、世界最大の RTA イベントで、いろいろこう寄付を募っているのが、こちらの寄付なんですが、全額、こちらの医団の方に寄付をしていただくという形で、しております。日本から寄付をすることが非常に難しいですけれども、簡単に寄付する方法がありましてですね、例えばそのうちの一つとして、イエティというサイトの方でですね、T シャツを購入なすと、その購入金額のですね、4ドルが寄付として扱われるというふうなシステムになっておりますので、なんか寄付する方法ないかなっていうお考えの方はですね、ぜひ、イエティの方のですね、T シャツの方を見ていただきたい。こちら今回イエティの、T シャツなんですけれども、もう売り切れが出てるものもあるぐらいですね、非常に豊富でありまして、デザインもです。いや、こんなすごいの、この金額でって思ってしまうようなものも、数多数ありますので、マイク飛び飛びですか、申し訳ないです。
Why Batman Returns? What's unique about this game over, you know, any of the many other beat 'em up
うまく飛ばないように喋ってみようと思いますんで。
So the presentation of the game is incredible.
それとですね、T シャツの方なんですけれども、気をつけていただきたい点が1点ありましてです。こちら、サイズの方がですね、皆さん、慣れてる日本のサイズではなくて、アメリカのサイズの方になっていて、購入された方の話を聞きますと、ワンサイズ下を買っておいた方がいいというふうな声をよく サイズの方、ぜひお気をつけてですね、購入していただければと思います。本当ね、バットマンの方、もう読めちゃうんで、目がいっちゃうのがあるんですけど、ワンサイズ下でも大きいっていう風な声もあるので、サイズ一覧表ですか、比較表がですね、ジャパンリストリームの下の方にですね、イエティのサイズのリンクがついてますので、そちらの方を見ていただければ、少しは参考になるのかなと思います。またですね、サイズを比較する、サイズを合わせる際に、もっとこちらの方がいいよっていうのがありましたら、教えていただければ幸いかと思います。ぜひぜひ何か情報をお持ちの方でしたら、教えていただきます。
DJ Sylveon, Crepation, and A Priori Mel. They want to know collectively which Batman is the best Batman, which Robin is the best Robin, and who your favorite Batman villain is. So they can give you the whole rundown on your Batman hot takes.
ワンピースになるというか、まあ、普通に切るのがなかなか難しくなっちゃうんで、部屋着にするか、出待ちにするか。いいところのリンクを貼っていただきましたね。マッさんありがとうございます。
The people agree.
Apparently.
You are a man of this crowd.
Best Robin? I forget Robin exists sometimes.
そう、私も死者購入すると170なので、買うなら M サイズかな。バットマン防御し方かな。もしかすると画像検索した方が話が早いのかもですね。
Well, there you have it, the Batman hot takes of the hour. Our next question comes from Amaryllis Misaki, who asks, Elrock, what's your favorite Batman game?
You're about to see it. You're going to see that Batman game is going to be the best Batman game. Let's just put it that way.
That's the answer I was hoping for, honestly. I love to see speedrunners who are this passionate about their games. Our final social media question is going to come from West Point Steve, who asks, regarding Batman Returns, what was the most difficult boss fight to learn? I know in beat-em-up games, it's almost all about the bosses and how you handle them. So what was the biggest stumbling block?
It's hard to say. Consistently, well, okay, the hardest one that I still even have trouble grasping just because it's just so random.
バットマンって書いてありますね。いろんなデザインあるみたいですね。
He floats around and
it's basically like a big
boss, which you're all too familiar with. In fact, even during the run, I refer that Penguin is basically the wily alien because you don't want him to hug you. He eats like half your life if he touches you. It's not good. Most consistent though, final boss, because we're gonna hit him and we hope it's gonna finish him off, but it's hard. It's really hard. It's pure execution. There's nothing random about it, but we've got one chance to pull this off, and that's maybe more nervous than anything because we're gonna get there, but it could be a bumpier road than I hope. So we'll find out.
All right, that's very, very interesting. I'm looking forward to this run very much. I have one final question for you. Elrock, I know you like superheroes. What if I told you there was a superhero on site right now?
Where?
Over there, we have our very own Prize Man.
Prize Man.
小芝居始まります。
Hold on.
Show that leg.
There he is.
Prize Man.
Prize Man. Hello, Prize Man.
It's the prize signal.
Hey, Frodo. Hey, J-Rock. How are you guys doing?
Excellent.
Good. So I did want to just pop in real quick, let you guys know of some of the great prizes we have coming up throughout this kind of, morning comic block, if you will. Again, I showed it off earlier, but I have to show it again. We have this amazing Spider-Man lithographic print from our good friend and fellow staff member, Deadly Waste.
Batman vs.
It's cool print. It was issued with Spider-Man 45. I think there's only like
戦う人たちないんじゃないかな。
Comes with a nice little certificate of authenticity on the back there. Prove it is 100% legit. And it actually also comes with this beautiful Essential Spider-Man collection. So, I mean, you haven't read Spider-Man, this is a great place to start. And all of that is only a $10 minimum donation from now until, I believe, Thief, the Dark Project. So, you can get those donations in. You know,
$10, it can be yours.
it really could. We also have some beautiful perlers, like a Carnage perler. This thing is like, you know, yay big from our good friend Nick Franklin. It looks super sick, and I believe that's a $5 donation until Thief the Dark Project as well. Now this is just really special. I love leaving it on the coffee table because it looks like it belongs there, but it is a Marvel anthology celebrating 75 years of Marvel. You know, Elrock, I know you mentioned you're definitely a DC fan. You're rocking Batman right there with the shirt and the hat. But you know, how do you feel about Marvel? You have a favorite Marvel comic?
Do I have a favorite?
Yeah.
Growing up, definitely the X-Men.
The X-Men? All right,
But Spider-Man's rad too. I love Spider-Man.
I can feel that. I love the old cartoon, you know?
Oh, God, they
the
were
opening,
both great.
Great guitar
They were both
riffs.
great.
And Jubilee was in that too. She could make sparkles.
Let's not go there.
Fair enough.
Plead the fifth.
サプライズマン何と戦えばいいんでしょう。
You know, this anthology is also a little bit special because not only is it just beautiful by itself, it's actually signed by Stan Lee. Stan Lee himself, Excelsior.
I'm impressed.
Bless his old heart. Wonderfully creative man. And, you know,
3D
I do have
ですか？
a couple more things
3D を
I want to show you guys, but actually, you know, here at GDQ, we are, you know, 100% an equal opportunity employer.
なかなかパッと作品が出てこないですよね。確かに、
We've worked our differences out. I'd like to throw it over to the
プレ
side
イ
there
ステーション
by
とセガサターンと 3DO が同じタイミングでした
that we
ね。
have going on right now. Dark, 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 dark. All right, guys. I'm terribly sorry about this. This was clearly not the right move. Chompers, I'm sorry. Look, it's not you, it's us. We'll call you. You know, your check's in the mail. I'm very sorry about this, but I'm just gonna step in here if you don't mind. Thank you. Sorry, Chompers. It was just. We'll clear this. He won't need this anymore.
Man.
There we go. That's taken care of.
Feels for the.
All right, guys. So from now until the end of the Batman run we have coming up, we have a little bit of a fun Xbox One bundle. We're actually extending it just a bit. We had a bit of a schedule shift overnight. Wanted to make sure everyone had the opportunity to get your donations in for it. This thing is super cool. It comes to us by way of our good friend Azroy. You guys get an Xbox One X. Wonderful console right there. But on top of that, you get this excellent Pro controller. This is much more professional than the regular controller. In fact, it's so professional, I believe it's called an Elite controller. I'm not looking at the box. I'm just kind of guessing at this point. Don't worry about that. In addition to that, it comes with a bunch of great games. You have Halo 5. You have Titanfall 2. Criminally underrated game, in my opinion. Criminally underrated game. Excellent multiplayer, excellent single-player campaign. You get the Resident Evil Origins collection. Series of wonderful games, the Halo Master Chief Collection, and a little
エリートコントローラーってそんなすごいんですか？なんか、
and all of this entire bundle
こう、
is
左の親指で触りそうなところに、すごいカクカクしたのがついてるんで、何かなと思う。
real soon. And hey, keep in mind, that $30 goes towards your entry into the grand prize, 150 cumulative throughout the event, and that gets you in for another Xbox One, a
うわ、
PlayStation
15000もするん
4
で
Pro,
す
a。Nintendo Switch,
多いな。
and a pretty sweet gaming computer. So, I mean, you're going to want to get in on that.
意外にみんな欲しいのはあそこのサングラスじゃないかなとか思ったりす
Head
る。
over to gamesdonequick.com, check out the tracker. You're going to find all the information you need on upcoming speedruns, incentives, prizes, and anything else you could care about. We're going to throw it back up to the front as we get ready for Spider-Man and Carnage.
左にある箱。
Something about Carnage. Arlena, please take it away.